So, just finished recording a video when I was running. I'll upload that before this one. So whatever number is this video, just check the previous number. You'll see me doing a slow run for almost 1 hour 6 minutes or so. Now, after I shared the photograph of me before and after, where I lost 54 kilos, people were asking me, how did you lose weight and all that? And then, I did not put anything. So some people who have followed me over the years said, I've lost weight because of the surgery, which is very true. But I'll give you my, a few tips on how you can lose weight and keep it down. It's not the question of losing weight. Losing weight, anyone can lose weight. But keeping it down is the hardest part. Okay? Now, before I go on with this video, the disclaimer is, I'm not a medical professional, and whatever advice you listen to online, do a little bit of research, check with your doctor, because you're talking of your health. So make sure that you do your due diligence. Okay, having said that, let me give you a couple of strategies. I don't know how many, 4, 5, 6 or whatever, on how you can not only lose weight but keep the weight down. Okay, now see, I have experimented with all the kinds of drugs in the sense steroids for bodybuilding, for gaining mass. I'll not give you the names because I don't want you to go and start buying it, but I've taken steroids or injections which made me big, which made me strong. There are different kinds. It's a cocktail of different steroids that you take. So I've taken ones which made me very strong. I've taken one which has made me like retain water so I can push heavier weights. I've taken ones which give me like a rage and anger. I've given ones which release testosterone. Now, when you're taking bodybuilding steroids for losing weight, gaining weight, whatever, you'll see incredible results, especially if you're a newbie. However, like everything else, there are side effects. There are many people who will say, no, there are no side effects, it's safe. That's all bullshit. Anything you take which is external to your body, when it increases something or decreases something, the body realizes, oh shish, he's releasing more testosterone than normal. So before you were releasing 100 and you took a steroid and it started putting out 150, the body's mechanism says, oh, he's having 50 extra, we need to reduce the 50. So he'll try to correct it. So when you get off the steroid or when you get off the supplement, your now testosterone, which is 100, which got up, the body tried to bring it down. When you stop the steroid, it goes even more down. So that is why so many bodybuilders, when they stop taking human growth hormone or testosterone release steroids, some of them literally have zero testosterone in their body, and that is why they have to go through testosterone replacement therapy, TRT. Okay, and many old people, many film actors, many superstars, many celebrities go for TRT. That's why you see most of the film actors, they still look like in great shape. They still look young. They look pretty good. But if you want to know if a film star or celebrity takes steroid, that is testosterone, look at their face, their chin, their nose, their jawline, their whole face. Best example, Sylvester Stallone. Look at him when he was very young and look at him now. Arnold Schwarzenegger, look at him when he was very young, look at him now. Their face, see, when you take testosterone, everything grows big. It's not just your muscles, your organs also grow big. your bone structure grows big. So it's a very dangerous thing actually. That is why so many bodybuilders, their face looks like, saggy and big, and because they have taken way too high. That is why film actors, even whether it's Shah Rukh Khan, whether it's your favorite actor Salman Khan, see, the problem is we live in a day and age where there is a taboo related to steroid. Okay, we still live in a kind of backward, kind of ancient civilization thinking where if you take steroid, oh, you're a bad guy. Steroid does give you the edge, but you need to work very hard. And for these film actors and celebrities, the reason why they never admit that they take steroids is because they lose sponsorship. They are looked upon as cheaters. That is why do you think Hulk Hogan said, eat your vitamins, say your prayers, and be good and all that bullshit? Why he never admitted to taking steroids? See, these athletes push themselves to the limit. So anything that gives them a competitive edge, they take. Steroids are even there for recuperation. That means if you do exercise, instead of 3 days your muscle being sore, within a few hours you can train again. I've even taken stuff that Neil Armstrong took, EPO. Oh, it is unbelievable. You can push your body the whole day. Like for example, if I were to run half an hour and get tired, if I were to take EPO, I can do exercise for 6 hours non-stop and I'll still be ready, because so much of oxygen, red blood cells are being manufactured in the body. Anyway, so keeping all that aside, I'm talking about losing weight naturally. See, now how do you gain weight? The very simple thing. How do you gain weight? You gain weight by eating more. Okay. How do you gain weight? By eating more. I'm not talking of people who have thyroid issues. I'm not talking of people with health issues. I'm talking of normal people. Normal people gain weight by eating more. Okay. One is, always remember, you gain weight by eating more. The second thing is your lifestyle. Let's say, for example, someone in the village. Like when my wife was in the village, she would get up at 5 o'clock morning. And she would, after eating little food, she would go work in the farm. She would work in the farm for 4 to 6 hours, physical labor. And it's so difficult, to work in the farm. You're walking on wet sand, you're walking up and down. I gassed out in 15 minutes. Imagine, it's so tough with wet sand and you have to walk. It's like 15 minutes, I was dead tired. They were walking and working for, 6 to 8 hours with breaks in between. So, for a person who sits in front of the computer or in the office on a chair versus someone in a farm, obviously the person in the farm will burn more calories. And then the third one is the type of food you eat. Okay, like for example, my wife, she used to eat sticky rice. And sticky rice, if you eat one, like the Japanese rice, I'll tell you, eat little bit, you'll be full, huh? You can't eat more. But if you eat the Indian style rice and all that, you can gobble, I would tell you 4 plates, 5 plates. You can just gobble. But the real Japanese sushi rice or sticky rice, you'll just eat 1 plate and you'll be full. But the same, if you eat Indian kind of rice, you can eat 5 plates and you'll not be full. Okay? So there's a wholesomeness of this food. So if you eat natural food, let's say lots of raw vegetables and fruits and all that, versus if you eat something that is processed, obviously the person who eats raw food, not raw meat and all that, vegetables and fruits, more of that, you'll be much more healthier. Okay? And last, if not the least, is how much you eat. Okay, a person who eats 4-5 plates versus a person who eats 1 plate, a person who eats 4-5-6 times versus a person who eats 1 meal a day. Okay, that they call intermittent fasting. Okay, so these are the factors you need to keep in mind when you are talking of losing or gaining weight. It's all about your lifestyle. See, remember, losing weight, you can diet. You lose weight, you stop your diet, you'll gain weight. You can go Atkins, you lose weight, you stop Atkins, you'll gain weight. You go through intermittent fasting for 2-3 months, you lose weight. You get back to normal, you'll gain weight. So the solution I have found out over the years is the best solution. Do anything with which you can be consistent. Consistency is the name of the game. Don't try any extreme diet just to fit into a dress or impress somebody, because you'll get burnt out. So what is the diet and regimen I would recommend anyone? See, this one really works. Just Google search intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is whereby you have a small window, a time frame of opportunity where you can eat food. Okay, after that you don't touch anything. You just have water or maybe coffee without sugar. There are a lot of ways to do this. You can Google search, but the most extreme one is 1 meal a day. Okay, some people have only 1 meal a day. I personally know people who will eat only 1 meal. Whatever fits in that one plate, that's it. They'll not go for a second serving, and they'll not eat anything else for the rest of the day. I know it might sound like impossibly hard and all that, but your body gets used to it. I have literally gone for a water fast, which I don't recommend. Having only water for 8 days, only water. I lost 11 kgs, but it's not recommended. Be careful. So water fast. And I'll tell you, the funny thing is, the first day, second day will be very tough, third day very tough. Something happens on the fourth day or third or fourth day, you don't feel hungry anymore. The body starts eating onto the fat that is there in the system. That is why many people who fast and they starve and all that, no, they don't feel hungry. Your body just stops craving for food. But be careful of this. But one thing I can tell you is, if you are consistent into eating with a short span, with no temptations, your body will get used to it. So the first one is intermittent fasting. You decide whether you want to fast for 12 hours and eat for the remaining 12, or 16 hours fasting and 8 hours you eat whatever you like. You decide. Okay, that's number one. The second one, see, what I follow is, after sleeping, when I wake up, I don't eat anything immediately. I just have black coffee with no sugar, espresso. And then I do my work for 3-4 hours, like today I did that. And following that, what I do is, when my body is empty, then I go for exercise. So on an empty stomach, after sleeping 8 hours, plus another 4 hours or so, then I do my exercise. Or I do my exercise and after that, 2-3 hours, I don't eat anything. Okay? If I do feel weak, I might have an orange or something. Okay? Natural sugars. Otherwise, I only have black espresso. But be careful, because espresso and strong coffee increases your heart rate. So after a slow exercise, I don't eat anything. And when I feel hungry, that's where I have the first meal. Now the second tip that I'll give you is, always have more vegetables. There should be more salads, and there should be more white meat or red meat, which is good. Now if you're a veg, obviously you'll have limited options, but have protein more, which is good. Okay, salads and protein, and don't make it bland and boring. Many people make their food like just leaves and all that. You should prepare a little bit. Prepare, make it nice, make it exciting. Ask your partner or ask someone who's cooking for you to make it kind of interesting. Okay? And another trick that I found out is, we tend to eat and eat and eat. Avoid watching a movie when eating, and avoid having a very large plate. Small plate, stop. And I'll tell you, after that, just get busy. You'll not feel hungry. If you feel hungry again, eat after some time. So smaller meals, more frequent meals is much better. The most important thing which you should not do is, stop having cold drinks. Stop having sugary syrups and drinks. They can make you gain weight the fastest. Okay? People always say, oh, drink plenty of water. Drink water normal. Don't go too overboard. And one thing, remember, what you eat in the night is always stored. So avoid eating a big meal in the night, okay? Because whatever you eat in the night, you're not going to work for the rest of the day. You're just eating to fill your, your temptation. So in the night, I would suggest eat less. Or if you can skip the night meal, that's even better. But there are many people, if they don't eat in the night, they can't sleep. So just keep in mind, whatever you eat in the night is all just stored, okay? One last piece of advice that I'll give you is, supplementation is important. Some of my favorite supplements that I take is vitamin D. It's really good. Plus, I walk in the sun a lot. Vitamin C, that all depends, but be careful, there are a lot of fake stuff out there. I take also calcium because of my surgery. I take calcium, I take zinc. So over here, just do a research with your doctor. Find out. I take multivitamins, okay, every day because of my surgery. Because my surgery is malabsorptive and restrictive. Malabsorptive means it absorbs less. Restrictive means I can eat less, and on top of that, it absorbs also less. Exercise, as far as I would say don't kill yourself in the gym. Don't do like hardcore and all that stuff. Do something which you enjoy, relax. You can like talk to someone when walking. If you see my video before this, the pace at which I did, many people will laugh. They'll be like, what the fuck, man? I can walk and talk to you. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because the goal is not to injure the body or make it so badly damaged that you have to sleep for 2-3 days, like people who do CrossFit. So I do little exercise at a relaxed pace, so tomorrow I can do it again. Remember, consistency is the name of the game, and I do every day. I do, and it's very important to do exercise every day. So this is what I would suggest to you in terms of exercise and fitness. And if you want a recommended material, check out Forks Over Knives, okay? Siddha Samadhi Yoga, SSY, is without a doubt the most healthiest yoga and exercise. I've done it. It's very good. They'll only give you fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, uncooked food, and it's incredible. You will just eat, and it reverses diabetes, it reverses blood pressure, heart problems. But the main thing is you need to be consistent about that lifestyle. Many people, they do it only for 1, 2, 3 months and then they can't do it anymore. So if you're looking at just to cleanse the body, fine, but I would suggest be consistent. One last thing which I want to address is, no matter how much exercise you do, you're not going to lose weight. Exercise is only to improve blood circulation and keep you active and keep your heart pumping, and you gain weight by eating food. So the logic is you will lose weight by eating less. Always keep in mind, you gain weight by eating more, so you lose weight by eating less. All these bullshit fad diets and gurus and all that, 100 push-ups, this, that, do this, take that, they're just doing it just to make money out of you. It's all bullshit. It's a very simple principle. You gain weight by eating food, you lose weight by eating less. That's why people who starve in Africa and all that, they're never fat. While people who gorge on food, like in US, they are fat. So anyway, I hope this gave you some insight. Let me know your thoughts. But remember, keep the process enjoyable. Don't go too much to the extreme, because then you'll snap out of it. And be consistent. Consistency is the name of the game. Even if you are able to maintain your weight and not lose much, but you're able to keep a healthy lifestyle and healthy exercise, that's enough. And please don't fall for the myth that if you have six-pack, you're healthy. Many people with six-pack, many people with muscles and all that have had plenty of complications. So sometimes just being active, being able to, if you can, like, the thumb rule is, if you can slow run for 1 hour, you're more healthy than most of the bodybuilders. Because try asking a bodybuilder to run for 1 hour. He'll gas out because they can only make big muscles. They don't have the stamina to carry their own body weight. So if you can carry your own body weight, anything with oxygen is good. And yes, sleep is important. Breathing deep, Wim Hof method, WINHOF, and having bath with cold water, it's always good. I don't want to put too many things. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Macedo is the best.